talking unless y'all giving me land and 2,000 or more every week. You hear me?
And I'm not talking unless y'all giving me likes and commenting and subscribing every video. You hear me? Hey, bitch. JamiThatsMe here. Make sure you guys are doing exactly what Miss Onice just said you need to do when you come in. Like, comment, subscribe, all right? Today, I want to get into a few things. We have to talk about Apollo Nida. Unfortunately, he and Shireen are filing for a divorce. We also got to touch a little bit on Kandi Burruss as well as Tamar Braxton. I'm planning to do a follow-up video at a later time, but we'll talk about some of the most recent things as far as Tamar coming out and saying some very negative things about Kandi's restaurants. And we'll tap into that in just a second. But really quickly, Apollo Nida and his wife, Shireen, are unfortunately getting a divorce. There's been trouble in the water with them for, I feel like, the past year, unfortunately. He was caught out cheating where there was a woman at his home. There was some video footage that leaked out of he and her. In addition to that, there's been some DV allegations. I do believe that led to the arrest of Apollo Nida. And unfortunately, Shireen has finally had enough. Okay. I know when he was in prison, that's when they connected. And she was so happy to be on his arm and to be paraded around on Housewives for just a tad bit. But it seems as though their marriage is coming to an end. You know, it's making me think about Phaedra Parks, who's Apollo's ex-wife. And she's also over on Married to Medicine. And she mentioned that had she been a part of this show, maybe her marriage would have survived. And now I'm wondering if they had been a part of the show, maybe their marriage could have possibly survived, right? Maybe. Maybe, just maybe, considering the fact that Dr. Heavenly is inviting them on the upcoming episodes of Married to Medicine. We will get to see Apollo, Shireen, Phaedra. Well, I'm not sure if Shireen will be there. I'm thinking she might, but we shall see. Okay, but maybe, just maybe, their relationship would have survived. Who knows? We see that Quads did not. Regardless of what was going on, Miss Quad said, I have to get out. All right. But this is not about Quad or Gregory Lunsford, her ex-husband. This is about Apollo Nida and his wife, Miss Shireen. Okay. I do want us to get into some details of what they're saying here about their relationship. They're saying in her filing, she listed the date of marriage as October 14, 2022, and the date of separation as November 1st of 2023. So they've been separated for more than a year at this time. Shireen said she was not asking for alimony from Apollo. In her filing, she claimed the marriage was broken, irretrievably broken, and there is no hope that they can get back together. In addition, she claimed Apollo subjected her to cruel treatment and that he had sexual intercourse with someone during their marriage and that he has intentionally and continually deserted her for at least a year. Child, and you know what? It makes so much sense to me, in my opinion, which is why we were able to see Apollo show up for Phaedra at the last year's reunion. Okay, we got a chance to see him show up, and I was like, is Shireen there? Was Shireen okay with that? I don't know, but it seems like he didn't really have to answer to her, considering the fact that they've been separated. It appears for quite some time in what was it, November of 2023, I do believe. So I guess that makes sense. And now Phaedra is, filming with him and different stuff. So, hey, I don't know. I doubt there's any hope for Miss Phaedra and Apollo to get back together after this. I do think the co-parenting relationship between the two appears to be really good. I think Phaedra is out there living her best life. She wasn't able to be a city girl on the front end, so it looks like she's working on doing that on the back end. And obviously, we're going to be forced to witness it on two different shows. All right. So that's what's going on. They also go on to detail that within the documentation, it said the parties shall continue to live in the marital home. Each one shall be free from all interference and control by the other as fully as if unmarried, and each may reside at such a place until both parties find a suitable home and all asset division has been agreed upon. Okay, so they can live in the home, they can exist, but they have to exist as though they are a fully unmarried couple. You cannot control this person cannot control you. But does that mean they can bring whoever they want in and out of the house now? That's what I'm wondering, considering the fact that Apollo was caught on the couch of some lady. So, okay. Anywho, they're also stating that Apollo has waived his right to collect spousal support in in this deal, they're saying the exes said they did not have any joint debt to handle the alleged settlement agreement, included a permanent restraining order requiring Apollo to not harass or stalk his ex-wife. Okay, by consenting to this, Apollo in no way admits such acts were ever done, but he is agreeing to not engage with her in the future. And being that she said that he deserted her for a year or whatnot, I'm willing to believe that, hey, I'm willing to believe, he's not going to bother her. Okay. It's been real interesting considering the fact that back in March, they did have some, allegations of assault and things like that. I do believe there were things that took place a while ago where there was some assault that happened in like March of 2024. And he's just been a habitual cheater as well. She goes on and says that he has committed adultery multiple times throughout their relationship. He refused to seek professional help with his mental health issues, and instead, he emotionally and physically abused her and brought great emotional abuse to his stepdaughter. In her filing, she asked the court to grant her a divorce, divide up the marital property and debts. On the same day, Shireen filed an alleged settlement agreement she reached with Apollo that was signed in October. Okay, so that's what's going on with them. It's a very unfortunate situation. They have had a lot of drama going on. Again, she did reference that he put his hands on her. They said the drama of that started after Shireen called police claiming Apollo had got physical with her. And that police report said Shireen told officers she came home after a night out with a friend. Apollo and Shireen both accused the other of cheating when she got home. Shireen claimed that Apollo showed her a video of her kissing another man, which led to him pulling her hair and pushing her against the refrigerator. She said they got into a scuffle and she ran outside the house for help, and she claimed she went back inside to get her phone and Apollo was gone. I do believe that he took her phone at that time as well. All right. So they've had a lot of drama and things to take place against them. And, listen, I think this is for the best. It seems like they were together longer than they were married, and most of that time was him being locked up. Okay. But I think that this is the best thing. Just go ahead and part ways. Let that man go and be on his own. All right. And you go your way without the shadow of a doubt. Okay. I think that you subjected your daughter to enough. In my personal, seeing that her mom is dating this man that's behind bars for fraud or whatever else he had going on, and then for him to come out and your relationship kind of be on the rocks and things get physical and stuff. So for him to have caused, great harm, as she stated, to the stepdaughter, I hate to say it, but I feel like the mother contributed to that as well. I don't think it's just solely all on him. I think she subjected her daughter to part of that as well, and it's super unfortunate. Now, being that Apollo, had those charges or whatever, they are saying that there's been no movement in that case as of yet. They got him for, I think he did get maybe a theft charge. It was something dealing with her phone that he took, and then also, the DV situation overall. So we'll have to wait and see how things are going to pan out for these two. I do feel like their divorce between each other is going to be very swift and quickly. And if Phaedra is going to continue to be on Real Housewives of Atlanta, I have no doubt that we will be seeing Apollo on the show pretty soon. Okay, so you guys can leave your thoughts and comments down below about that matter at hand. And I want us to go ahead and move on. And I want us to tap into Tamar Braxton and Miss Kandi Burruss. Okay, these ladies have been beefing for some time now, and I do plan on going back into the archive for us to discuss it more. But for this particular part, Miss Tamar had a video to resurface where she was talking super badly about Kandi's restaurant. It's very weird because it seems like at different times Miss Tamar just start blasting Miss Kandi or saying some things about Miss Kandi, and I never really hear Kandi address or say anything about her. And in all honesty, it kind of makes me think of Dr. Heavenly, where she'll speak on Phaedra, which kind of makes sense because Phaedra is on her show. But the fact that Phaedra gives her absolutely nothing, it does give a bit weird. Okay, some may call it obsession. And some may just say she's simply doing too much, and some may feel like she's doing what she needs to do for the show, promo, all of that. But the fact that Phaedra doesn't respond to her, it's like, okay, you could chill now because you're kind of looking a little crazy just a bit. And you guys know that they are filming the reunion to Married to Medicine on today, from my understanding. And we don't know if Miss Phaedra is in the building, but I would love to know if she's going to show up. But we'll touch on Married to Medicine in a separate video, okay? Let us get back to Tamar Braxton. I want to play for you guys the audio of what Miss Tamar said in a video that she says is old. So let us check out what she said about Kandi and her restaurants.
Nobody has yet to say how nasty old lady gang is. Nobody. Why? And that, I mean, and that is a known thing here in Atlanta. Like, it's something like nobody is saying, yo, where we going to go eat? Bitch, let's go to old lady gang. Who? Oh, bitch, that steak from Blaze was banging. What's the name of the person? Where they at? Now, let's just be honest. Are we being honest? Is we everybody got their head down. See, everybody, y'all scared too? Listen, because I'm just being honest. This is what the premise of the show is. Now, y'all done read She by Sheree. The lady done called the girl Sheen by Sheree. The lady done dragged that lady till her wig came unglued on the side. Okay? But nobody said how terrible the service is at Old Lady Gang. And if your food come out cold, you got to pay for it anyway. And if your food is wrong, you got to pay for it anyway. Nobody has yet to say how.
That was a bit messy. I've been to Old Lady Gang a few times. I think at least 3 times. I think the first time it didn't quite hit, or maybe that was the second time that I went. I went once. I can't remember who. I think I went with Jess. With Jess, I think I went with Jess. My best friend Jess. So we went, and I think it was good that time. And then the second time I went with my mom, and she really enjoyed it. And I thought that mine was, I think it was okay. I think it was something with the chicken. It didn't hit the first time as it did the first, it didn't hit the second time as it did the first. And then I went a third time with my brother, and it was great. For me to go like 3 times and it hit twice out of 1, I think a win is a win. A win is a win in my personal. A win is a win. Okay? I'm just never really on that side of town. And sometimes I don't really like to go into the city because I don't like the parking anymore like I used to. I just don't feel like it sometimes. I'd rather go on the outskirts and just, do a little this or that. But I know that Kandi has opened up some locations in other places. Matter of fact, I went to the one out there in Camp Creek, and that one was fire. Okay, it was 5. So actually, I've been to it like a few times. Okay, I'm thinking about the first one I went to on Peter Street, but the one over in Camp Creek, 5. Okay, but that's how Tamar feels. Everybody has their own experience when it comes to these restaurants. We could take it with a grain of salt. Some people only like to go to restaurants that have 4 stars and up. Some people will take a 3.5 or 3-star restaurant. But it's all, everybody's palate is a little different. Okay, you guys can leave your thoughts down below. But that is what Tamar had to say. But she also came back and she mentioned that, that video was old. Okay, so let us check out what she had to say as a follow-up to what we just heard.
Y'all know I don't want to talk about that, but y'all can't think I'm jealous of nobody. Like, we all got money. We all are very successful, But it was a 3-year-old video that I don't know how it came to see the light of day. It wasn't supposed to, but okay. And I don't really give a shit. I don't. What nobody else is doing. I wish everybody well. Like, I'm not into drama anymore. Like, y'all, I'm just not. It doesn't, and that's the reason why that show didn't happen, because that's not where I was going with my life. That's not where I want to go with my life. I don't want anything to do with it. You know what I mean? And so, like, I hate that, I don't even really kind of want to talk about it because it always gets bigger than what it's supposed to be. Mm-hmm. It's just, there you go. Aren't they cute? I didn't just talk about Nobody's Nothing. That's like 3 years old. Y'all gotta chill. Do y'all listen? And I don't care enough. I don't. I mean, listen, let me tell you something. I don't know why y'all be acting like I'm a child. I am not a child. And at that time, that was like at the height of our beef. And I was pissed because her and her husband lied like a rug.
Oh.
And it was a show that I was going to do. And then I decided not to because that's just not where, you know, I'm going. You know what I mean? Like, but if she wants to say something, she can say something. She shouldn't care because I don't. It's so old. Y'all know I don't want to talk about that. But y'all.
All right. So you guys just heard what Miss Tamar said. So, you know, when she said that she didn't want to talk about it, you know, it was a video that wasn't supposed to see the light of day. And I'm thinking to myself, you didn't want it to see the light of day, but you're recording the video. Obviously, you did want it to see the light of day. But as you continue to listen to her video, it sounds like she, as she stated, she recorded it 3 years ago and it was supposed to be for a show. And then I guess the show never went anywhere, never greenlit, or maybe it was supposed to be a part of a podcast. She never did. And I don't know who decided to release that of her. I don't know if it's somebody from her team formerly or what, that decided to release that or not, but it ended up coming out. So a lot of people have had a lot of things to say because people are not really here for Tamar when she, you know, bashes Kandi the way that she does. And so she's having to come out and kind of address it. And that's not the place that she's in anymore. And if she's not, I'm like, good for Tamar. I feel like Tamar has been fighting for a long time to get to a place where things are a bit calm for her. I think she has been working on that for a very long time. And some part of me thinks that maybe she's gotten to that place after she took a step back. Well, first of all, you know, she had to divorce Junior, whatever his name, Nola Breed, the guy she was dating, the white guy she met on that show, Queen's Court. You know, they ended up getting married officially earlier last year, like in March or sometime, or maybe February. Got separated maybe a month or so later. Got a divorce, over the summer or maybe within a month. I can't remember. A lot of it happened within the course of 6 months, okay? Everything blew up last summer. After that, she ended up having her television show with her sisters, the Braxtons, and a lot of the flack went towards Tawanda as well as Tracy. I'm sorry, not Tracy, rest her soul, but Trina. It went towards those two sisters and some on her mom. So this time, you know, Tamar wasn't a part of the heavy conversation. So I think she's just been enjoying the space of falling back and not being the only Braxton to get a lot of that work. And now it's been spilled over to Trina and Tawanda. And to make matters a slight bit worse, just a little piece, you know, her brother has the daughter, Ashley, that's come out and told her story of what she experienced as a child and with one of her aunts not dealing with her because of the husband coming on to the niece. And Tamar recently did a show in Atlanta where she invited the niece out to be a part of that. And I questioned, hey, is this girl going to be on the next season? Well, it appears that she is because Tamar came out and she said that she was going to be a part of the show, and Ashley also confirmed that she was going to be a part of the show. Tamar says that she wanted this to be an opportunity where her niece could actually come and, you know, just talk about the issue. So it seems like what Tamar is trying to do is, you know, bridge the gap and get everybody on one accord so that, you know, things can get a bit better. But, you know, and before it can get better, it got to get messier because sometimes people are not ready and willing to face the reality of the situation of what's going on. But I did see a podcast. I didn't watch it in its entirety. I don't even know if it's out, but I saw a clip where Tamar had Trina on, I believe, the podcast that she's doing with her best friend James, you know, the one that got hit in the face and ended up having to sue Krishan. Good for him. Okay. And got her arrested. Good for him. But they have a podcast together and Trina's on that show. So it was kind of good to see Trina sit with Tamar because I'm like, okay, maybe they're in a better place. And although Tamar is bringing the niece to the front, then it doesn't seem like Trina is upset with Tamar for that, and they may be able to get some healing. And I hope so, considering the fact that Gabe, because here's the thing, we don't know for sure if it's Trina. We do believe that it's Trina because when the niece said certain things happened and she was texting the aunt's husband and stuff, somebody made a comment and they referenced Trina and Gabe, and Ashley liked the comment, so everyone believes that it's Ashley and Gabe. Gabe has since passed away, so I would believe that since Trina now has a new husband who did not like that she was grieving over Gabe the way that she was, and now that Gabe has passed away, hopefully she and the niece can come back together. The other issue is going to be the brother Braxton, who sent Ashley a cease and desist and told her, stop talking. Don't mention me. Okay, so I don't know how he's going to feel about Tamar, being that he's not necessarily on the show. He may make appearances here or there, but he's not actually on the show. And I question whether he's going to be willing to come on the show to meet some type of resolve with his daughter, because there's a lot to unpack with the daughter and the dad because of what she experienced as a child with her mother, you know, leaving the dad so abruptly, taking her name off their birth certificates, allowing the new lady that happens to be white to sign for their birth certificate. Ashley accused that woman of calling them the N-word and doing all kinds of things. And the household just was not healthy. Neither was the relationship between the stepmom and their dad and them as children. She went through a lot. Right. But it seems like to me, Tamar has always shown up to assist her and help her, because Tamar even allowed her to be an assistant at some point and live with her in Vince at some point over in LA. So it seems like Tamar has always shown up for that niece. And I'm looking forward to seeing their relationship, their dynamic. And I'm also like, well, is Tamar going to be on the Braxtons a bit more, considering she really wasn't? She just wanted to be an EP. Let me fade into the background. I'm good. So now I do question, is she going to show up more on camera? I will hope so, considering the fact that you are the one that's ushering Ashley into the show. So hopefully we see a bit more of her. Hopefully we see some family resolve. But I don't think I've ever seen a season of the Braxtons that did not involve some sort of drama. Okay, so that family be going through a lot over there. Okay. And I really do wish them the best. I know I came down on Trina and Tawanda very hard last season because I didn't like how they were showing up with Tracy's son and her husband. But, you know, we always give a little piece of grace and give people a chance to, you know, renew and show us something different in the upcoming seasons and stuff. So we'll see how that's going to play out. You guys leave your thoughts and comments down below. Kandi Burruss has not come out to say anything about what Tamar has said about her restaurants, even though the video was 3 years old. I don't think that Kandi will spend her time addressing anything when it comes to Tamar. I just don't see it. Is dead in the water. All right. But I just wanted to bring you guys a bit of what's going on out here when it comes to Apollo Nida and his wife, soon to be ex-wife Shireen, and also wanted to touch on Miss Kandi Burruss as well as Tamar Braxton. You can leave your thoughts and comments down below. I'm Jami, that's me. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter and Blue Sky at Jami, that's me. Jami, that's me. You're welcome to join Patreon, where we get into a lot of different watch-alongs for TV shows and things. And I'm debating on whether I'm actually going to do reviews for Real Housewives of Atlanta for YouTube, but I'll definitely be doing it on Patreon. So you can, of course, find me over there. We would love to have you. And yeah, like up the video, subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 90,000 subscribers. And I'm Jami, that's me. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent, nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification, them numbers hit like it's a praxis. Cashed out at the ATM, and the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF, got them trying to clone me like Agent Smith. Game time, I invaded gym, high elevated, I can face the rim. Putting shots up, I got laser focus, about to take it over. I'm Invader Zim, on a trip to Florida like it's A&M. Who that nigga, man, they say I'm him. Spit the truth, never wasting film, I can feel the pool.